10 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the defense. I am W1. This is Capitalist, who is having weird twitching moments with his head. Is that what were you trying to do the whole?
I don't know.
Welcome to the defense.
No, I'll pull up the blue steel.
Radiant team ban.
I'm gonna put that back in.
You know what that's from, right? It's from Zoolander.
Obviously
that movie did not age well.
No, it did not.
It really didn't. I tried to watch it the other day. I was like, God, this is awful.
Yeah.
That was so big in middle school.
You know,
oh man.
You know what I do for movies that I always think, you know what? I think this is a fad. I watch it 3 years after, and then see if I like it. Like, how many people are like, man, Ace Ventura was the most amazing thing ever? I saw it 3 years after it was released.
Yeah, I never thought that movie was the greatest thing ever. That's for sure.
No. There were obviously some movies like The Mask, which if you watch that again, you'd be like, what the I mean, that was like the moment Jim Carrey was like, yes. And then he became the same yes in every single movie.
Yeah, you got real bad real quick.
Yep. Yep.
And then he became a real actor.
Did he?
Did you see Eternal Sunshine for the... What's the name of that movie?
Was it Eternal Sunshine?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
No, I actually have not seen it.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Jim Carrey did very well on that.
I will have to look it up. Okay, game time. 2 heroes that got banned out in the first phase last game and managed to slip themselves through. The Broodmother and the Alchemist have gotten through, but it's monkey business with the Brood and the Dazzle. Welcome to Heal Bomb Central, not to mention a real annoyance when it comes to trying to find a very stable lane. You just broke that.
No, it's fine.
No, don't, no.
It'll be fine.
No, you broke it, so fix it first before you try and sit on it.
It'll be fine.
Cap just snapped his chair in half, and he can't work.
I'm not that strong. Jesus. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out. Anyway,
I'm trying to put this on camera. That's what you're gonna try and do this. It's actually so entertaining. It just slides down, man. It's that simple.
Bit pull A into slot B.
There you go.
Repeat.
Well done.
Repeat until the desired effect.
And this is why Cap wonders why I get concerned when he leans back on his chair during the middle of...
Have I ever fallen?
No.
Exactly.
But there's a first time for everything.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Stark picked up the Alchemist, like, second pick.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun versus Broodmother.
It was like acid spray is just a ticket to gold. It's almost one of those times when you're like, okay, do I build... You can build like Maelstrom or Battle Fury, you just farm up even more Spiderlings.
Well, the thing is, like, a good Broodmother will never throw the Spiderlings into acid spray area.
A good Broodmother.
But it does really limit her pretty heavily. She's just like, you all go into the jungle, my dears. But then you catch her in the jungle and you acid spray. And then she has to give up on her neutrals.
The other option, which I'm wondering if we get to see a little bit more of, is Zeus. Able to reveal out these Invis heroes, not bad up against Spiderlings, not a bad laner as well, but
10 seconds
can you make it work as a support? Like, go back to AUI kind of status on the Zeus, make him run as a support in the lane?
Radiant team ban.
So you can reveal the Broodmother. I know it's a lot to say for that. Like, maybe you look for a different thing where you just go, you know what, let's just get a silencer, put a sentry ward in the lane, boom, done.
I think Spirit Breaker is enough of a counter to Broodmother in a way that all they have to do is make sure that they have a strong lane against Broodmother now. So whether that's, like, as you said, getting a good support and doubling down on the counter vision to make sure Brood gets shut out early, or if it's picking up a hero that has enough, like, self-sustain that they're able to stay in lane against their Broodmother. There are very few heroes like that when it comes into the carry position, which is sometimes where you'll see like teams run an aggro try and they'll put like say Darkseer up against a Broodmother, something like that. But in this specific scenario, Monkey Business have already taken away the best counters to Broodmother, Axe, and the Darkseer.
Yeah. And that takes away the combos with the Spirit Breaker. So who do you really have left that can go against this Broodmother?
When the lights go down in the studio. Man, I cannot
Reserve time.
sing that high. I have a deep voice, Toby.
Do you?
I do.
You know, as a known fact, that whenever a guy is attracted to a girl, his voice will lower by 2 octaves. To show that he is interested. So there's a tip for all you girls out there, and for all the guys out there, if you want to try and hide your feelings. 1, wear tight pants, and 2, keep your voice high.
Why would you wear tight pants, though?
Hide your feelings.
But doesn't that... But if the feeling still occurs, it'll be more obvious if you're wearing tight pants.
Depends if it's tidy whities.
Unless you're wearing it so tight you're just cutting off all circulation. In which case, that's not good, Toby.
It's fine, I never want to father children anyway.
Men, don't hide your feelings, alright? That's all that needs to be said, alright? You're men. Don't play around. If you're a boy, hide your feelings. If you're a man, don't hide your feelings. Don't beat around the bush. Come on now.
How do we get on to dating advice?
And don't wear really tight pants. That's...
Do you know why guys wear the pants down around their knees? It's because they're dicks.
Pants down around their...
Oh my god, it's never good when someone
I don't understand.
Has to...
10 seconds.
You'll have to explain it to me later,
Holy
Toby.
crap! Really? You don't understand that? Come on, give it like your coloring book or something like that so you can do something.
I'm sure there's some sort of slang or something I'm missing out on here. I don't know why a man would wear his pants around his knees.
You grew up in like the 90s, right?
Sure.
That's... Okay, let's just give up on this conversation.
I was a very sheltered child in the 90s, though. I grew
obviously.
I grew up in a Christian school. There were 8 kids, including myself, who graduated from 8th grade.
Dude, if you were in my school and your
class
pants
was 8
did not go
people.
past your knees, like the bottom part of your pants, like when you wore shorts didn't go past your knees, you got the shit beaten out of you. I went to a wonderful school. Let's go to our game, please. Yeah. I will explain the joke to you later. So, Wyvern, Beastmaster, Spirit Breaker. So we get the Beastmaster off lane, SB and Wyvern push into the supports, Quap goes to safe lane. So I'm missing the #1 position for Stark, and that means they got access to deal with Spiderlings. They got Splinter Blast from Wyvern. Normally, we can look forward to bugging out sound. We actually had that at ESL 1 when you use Splinter Blast on Spiderlings. There's a huge sound effect bug. And Monkey Business actually have a lot of aggression. They've actually got like a classic tri-lane. Like, this is the kind of stuff from like 2-3 years ago where you Nightmare into Crush, and then you walk up and then you burst heal on both.
Radiant.
And then the Broodmother's safe to do whatever she wants up against the Beastmaster. She won't care. And then you pick a very safe laner in the mid. Not a laner, so not aggression. It's actually a Razor. So you walk forward. We've basically got the boys in blue and purple. And ladies.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Toby. I think it's very likely that, I mean, whether it's defensive tri-lane or some sort of, like, maybe they see an opening for an aggro tri-lane, Monkey Business have directed themselves a really strong laning phase, particularly now with the Razor mid. Like, they're just looking to win every single lane and close out this game by 20 minutes. Meanwhile, Stark, they've gone lockdown on lockdown on lockdown. Like, they go Spirit Breaker, who's good versus Broodmother. Then they went for the Beastmaster, who has lockdown, invis detection, plus blink dagger usually, so blink initiation. And now the Winter Wyvern, who also provides additional single target stuns.
But where's your damage?
Well, it's got to come out from the Queen of Pain. So you hope the Queen of Pain does well, but now she's matched up against a Razor, which is a tough scenario.
Or #1 position. That's it. It's the last one, and this at least repairs a lot of the negative armor damage coming out from Dazzle, but you can't repair both Dazzle and Slardar combined together. That's just not possible.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like this at all. The Sven, they're probably looking at it from the armor perspective and going like, just imagine if we're able to offset the minus armor capabilities of Slardar, Dazzle, and Razor, because that's what it is, right? Monkey Business have incredible amount of synergy across the board in that regard. So they're looking and going like, Warcry is super strong.
Yep.
It's like plus 15 armor or something absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, once you get it to maxed out. So like that just straight up counters Slardar.
Yep.
And that's for the whole entire team. So yes, that. Oh, it's plus 20. It's plus 20 now.
It's even better than you thought.
Yeah. So Slardar can't even like that's level 3 amplified damage is minus 20 armor, and he offsets that at level 9.
But then you have Weave.
Yeah. Then you have Weave. Like the early to mid game, essentially Warcry is going to cover it. Then they have AC and maybe Shiva's out from Nymphy and stuff. Like they'll get some additional armor from there as well.
The only issue I'm really seeing for him though is that you can survive as long as you want to, but where's your damage? If Razor static links you, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. It's still Sven versus Razor. That is not great. If you had a Wisp, you could argue that the movement speed capabilities and the mobility offered by Relocate could allow you to be able to outplay a Razor. But I really don't think that's going to be possible without that added buff up to the Wisp, essentially. I think that the Sven is essentially going to be just countered by the Razor. They're going to have good controlling heroes between the Dazzle and the Bane that will offer certain kind of saving mechanisms versus the single target. Remember, this is all single target stunts. Beastmasters, Sven's, you can only put it on one hero, even if it is AoE. Same goes with Winter's Curse. Same goes with this, like the Spirit Breaker is single target focus. It's very easy for Monkey Business to see the telegraphing of Stark's abilities and go, boom, I'll defensive sleep at a certain situation, or boom, shallow grave. I don't see a whole lot of good scenarios here for Stark. They're going to have to get off to a really good start in the beginning.
Yeah, that they will, or else it's just going to be momentum-based for Monkey. They'll walk all over you, really. So Stark, give it the best you got, boys. Find those stacks, find the flash farming. That's one good thing that Sven is great at. I'm interested to also watch the build that comes out from Buki if he decides to go for this early Mask of Madness, which is what we saw at ESL 1 when Sven appeared. Because you're going to need that movement speed. Looks like Fly as well as Varlix battling it out. You have a little bit of extra help coming in from the Spirit Breaker. Can't find the bash, and a very early level up in Shallow Grave. But the Nightmare controls over on this Sven. Spirit Breaker can't come any closer, and she waited out perfectly for the Storm Bolt. Just long enough that it will be able to fly and wait until that Shallow Grave wore off.
That was mega long range. Damn. I was really surprised. He threw out the stun, and I was like, oh, it must be on the Slaughter or something. And then it soared right past the two of them. And I was like, holy cow. Check out bottom lane, though. This is actually not that bad of a matchup for the Beastmaster because he's got his own babies, baby boars. Boars, I'm not sure if you know much about nature, Toby, but boars are greater than spiders.
I've seen boars on skewers. I've never seen a spider on a skewer. That spider's going to dine very nicely.
What's a skewer?
Oh my Cap, we will have a talk about...
Are you talking an Australian language to me constantly?
No,
Is this what's happening today?
You skewer something. Like, it's a skewer. Like, you have like a... Have you ever had a kebab?
Yes. That's what you're talking
about?
Which
is on a skewer.
You've seen... Oh, Miracle's dead.
Yeah, Miracle. Sorry, destroyed. He takes away a little bit of damage from Nymphy, but, well, does have enough damage? There's no bash. There's no bash from the Spirit Breaker. Yeah. He's still level 1.
I was like, oh, wait, Nymphy's only level 3, and he put his levels into Shadow Strike, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I clicked over in the Spirit Breaker, and oh, he's only level 1. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Razor is perfectly fine.
Yep.
Anyway, when did you see, where was there a kebab of a spider?
That's what I mean.
Isn't it much more likely you would eat boar meat?
Yes, that's what I was saying. What is better? I see more dead boars than I see dead spiders, man. Just saying. That's the... Oh my lord. Could we just... Like, do I have to, like, make myself blitz? And then we can banter properly?
We don't have good joking synergy today, Toby.
No,
I don't know. But normally we're good, but...
Storm Spirit's great. Top lane.
Alex.
Yeah, that's a good nightmare, but unfortunately they didn't take the nightmare off him fast enough, so Slider can still move forward for the crush. They'll have to come underneath the tower, and that's why Sven decides to war cry it. It's a good cold embrace from Varlix, forcing Monkey to fall back. They cannot stay underneath the tier 1 tower for that long.
Yeah, okay, I actually didn't see the Sven being the counter to this combination. They're going to group up, obviously, right? So the Stormhammer offers some sort of saving incentive. It's going to be very rare that they're going to be able to pull off that kind of save over and over again. But they did it once, and they forced out Slaughter. He's now going to have to use a Mango if he wants to play aggressive. Oh, never mind. He's actually got a Magic Stick, so he's got enough for another stun if necessary.
Yeah, I'd be really, really, really concerned. Like, yes, Trixie's found some farm, but I've seen Broodmothers destroy lanes with no farm. Now I'm seeing a Broodmother who's top of the CS chart at 16-7.
I mean, you're always going to lose it, like, unless you're an Axe, maybe a Centaur or something. You're always going to lose the 1 versus 1 matchup against a Broodmother, but the thing is, in the first, like, 2 or 3 levels, it's probably going to go okay for Beastmaster. And then he just needs to get to level 6. Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! All right. Trixie did not anticipate that amount of damage.
Yep.
Anyway, like all he has to do is kind of get through that level 4 and level 5 area, and then he's good, because then he offers his own disable, and if he continues to sit in lane, 1 hero rotation will spell the doom of the Broodmother. So she actually has to play a little bit careful. It's just that wasteland, level 4 and level 5, that becomes real difficult for the Beastmaster, and he's just gonna have to sit back, play off of his bottle build, and spam out wild axes.
And that's all you can do, but now Broodmother can just start taking over her own jungle. This aggro lane hasn't been the greatest, because it's not really finding the openings for kills. But at the same time, like, you're still looking at Slaughter finding farm, you're still finding Sven, like, he's neck and neck with a Slaughter, while you're still running a safe lane Broodmother. So the momentum is still going the way of Monkey overall, and you can see it reflecting in the graphs. 1,600 in the net worth kicking up. They're over 1,000 as well in the experience gain. So Monkeys really do have control of the laning phase, and that's what we were worried about, I think, most when we looked at the laning phase, saying the Starks needed a really good start. But I haven't seen this top lane do anything. Like, Spirit Breaker's only just hit level 2, so now you've just got your first stun from your support available. Winter Wyvern doesn't even have a stun, yet you're then fully relying on Sven's Stormbolt to do the work.
Jesus, Trixie is a full level and a half behind the Broodmother now after that death.
He took forever to get back to lane. Like, he didn't TP, he walked back into the lane. It's just problematic on all fronts. At least he's got level 6, but like, this Broodmother's got a 4-3 build, and it's probably just gonna be the 4-4 build. A lot of Broodmother just skipping the Insatiable Hunger, unless he feels like he wants to try man mode up against Trixie. So we'll see that now. And no, it is going to be the 4-4 build. He's just going to survive underneath these webs. Any harassment damage that Trixie does, it's going to get pretty much negated by the heal of the spiders, because he's got level 3 axes to try and get rid of these spiders. But look, just jumping in from behind, the charge will come in, so at least they can keep some tracking on this Broodmother. But that's also a Spirit Breaker trying to find a kill, and he does have Dust with him.
I'm not convinced they can kill him, but we'll see.
They have Roar and they have Dust. There's still a lot of spiders down here, and Trixie's kept out of this one, and he's out of the webs. We'll have to throw a new web. He's trying to run back into the webs. There goes your bash. There goes your roar. The spiders still trying to do the work, and he actually turned around for an attack. Instead of going invis, they still have the vision there, but Pain comes in for the brain tap. The Nightmare will keep the Spirit Breaker away. He just wanted to charge. Now, walk! Okay. Turn for the spiders, living life on the edge. Is he going to come? Oh, Jesus! The charge almost kills him. The bounce back, the blink screen, Nemphy's in the wrong position. And Broodmother will now start the road to recovery. And in fact, now get himself an Oblivion Staff.
Yeah.
Oh my, that didn't work out the way they thought.
I mean, I didn't think they could kill the broodmother, and then he had that slight misplay, right, where he was outside of his own webs, you know, just trying to dodge them. Just imagine if he like stayed inside of his webs and he had that HP regen going that whole entire time, and he would have been perfectly fine. They just don't offer enough damage because the Spirit Breaker, unless he gets really lucky with his bashes, doesn't offer any damage at only level 2, and the Beastmaster doesn't offer too much either because at the time he was only, I believe, level 6.
Yep.
I think he only had level 3 wild access.
And if he really needed that rotation to work for him too, so he can catch up on the levels to Miracle, because he's still that full level behind.
Yeah, I think at best they should have just like revealed, oh, he's farming up this camp, and then throw out the wild axes, get a whole bunch of spider kills, which is part of the reason that Beastmaster hit his level 7 and got so much gold.
Just Miracle of the patience. If Miracle's got the patience, we're about to see rares given to all defense ticket purchasers. And 1, 2, and they didn't use the speed boost. They didn't use the speed boost. And there's your attack. The courier will drop. They do get the bottle into the hands as Crit will arrive. Nightmare's over on the Wyvern. Spirit Breaker's going to charge himself in. You've still got that Brain Step also available for the Bane. And Miracle, well, he's got the speed here. And there's your 17% chance to hit. And Nemphy, Sonic Wave to ensure the kill. Still 100% worth it, even if they did lose their Beastmaster in the bottom river.
Big Daddy No Tail challenging Boogie right now for control of this stack. Both of them can kind of clear through a lot of these creeps with the right stun. So they're just playing this very awkward. What the hell?
Dire's bottom tower is under
Big Daddy No Tail has 3 levels of sprint over stun. Wow, that's not the normal build, that's for sure. And now he's dead.
Yep. Looking for the crush, sprint, lol. Yep, he's got movement speed. The Splinter Blast, it doesn't reach him. He did the truth. The charge is coming, which just lets Nemphy know where he is. Goes for a secondary crush, but now Nemphy, he's got no mana after that TP, but they have no stuns to stop him. So that'll also work. The question will be, can Boogie escape with that Splinter Blast? And the slow from it, yes, is the answer. So No Tower will drop while Crit was playing around with a Spirit Breaker over near the Ancients.
I mean, at this point in time, Monkey Business are still doing kind of like all right in their other lanes. Like mid is going pretty well. Like the Razor should kind of beat out the Queen of Pain in some ways. It's just the fact that he died earlier to her that is the only reason he's behind in net worth.
Spider's Peak Paws.
Yeah, and then the top lane, it's like they're doing all right. It's all worth it though because the Broodmother's just gonna crush the.
She has a 9.5 minute Orchid.
Yeah.
This Beastmaster is actually dead. The spiders move forward. Look at the spiders. No. This Beastmaster is dead if he stays on the lane.
Yeah, because you'll just end up like losing all of those spiders to another round of wild axes, and you will have simultaneously not killed them and fed away like a crap ton of gold.
Move it down. Looking at the Brood, looking at Trixie. But if you get the Orchid off beforehand, then there's no access to come out. You just have to munch through him before he starts the access, so that he doesn't get the money.
Yeah, they really should try and gank the Broodmother better. I mean, they have the lockdown of the Beastmaster, have the Spirit Breaker rotation in. It should be relatively easy, I think, in my opinion. If they just get up a ward in the jungle with a counter ward, they'll see the Broodmother crossing over every single time. They'll start with a charge. They'll keep vision of him the whole entire time. And as the Spirit Breaker starts getting close, they add an additional TP. And boom, like quick 3-man gank. Very successful. Like, it's guaranteed to work.
They're coming down. A new web that's going to bring... Okay, that's very close to the tower. And the Spiderlings are tearing him apart.
Yeah.
A Spawn Spiderling will finish the job. And now it's Crit. Found Nemphy. Getting Brain Sap first. He doesn't actually have Nightmare available because he's short of the mana for it. And now he's got the mana. The Shallow Grave will be there. Can't follow up with the Nightmare in time. But I'm watching Trixie just try and TP out. But the hunger cannot be quenched. I'll be thirst. But Beastmaster will die. Satisfied. It can't be satisfied. It's insatiable.
Very good, Toby. Very good. I got that one because it was the meaning of the word.
No, you got that one because I had to correct what I screwed up to start with.
Is top lane
Stormbolt. No, there goes your sprint. He's still got Crush available. So No Tower turns for the double, and it will be crackening that Spirit Breaker. And what's he meant to do? He's not switching the aggro, and looks like not only Ball's on the menu, but so is Cow.
There's a lot of eating animal references in this cast.
Doesn't it make you just feel hungry?
I do, actually. I'm a little hungry. It's a good thing I brought groceries before this.
I hope there's one Australian that tunes in I don't know if this ad ever got anywhere, but there was actually an ad saying, "I feel like chicken tonight." That's what's going through my head right now, except it's just replaced with Dota. I feel like Dota tonight, like Dota tonight.
In America, the meat union thing, whatever.
The meat union?
I mean, so these foods will like put together their advertising essentially dollars in a way. Like that's where the got milk.
Okay, yeah, I remember
sort of
the
came into play. There was
Yep.
another one for beef, and it was just like beef. It's what's for dinner.
Okay.
Kind of similar in this sort of like weirdly like very straightforward and almost too simple.
You know, there was
sort of ad.
Okay, we're gonna watch Trixie die right now. Blink, Crush, and TP support. No Sonic Wave. You're not stopping anything here. There was an ad campaign that was released in Australia, which was for lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they got you to eat lamb was actually to insult you by saying you're not Australian if you don't eat lamb. Only, like, on Australia Day, eat lamb. Be a real Australian. I was like, whoa! Okay. Sven?
No, don't commit for that
he's
one.
He's just been chipped. Yep, there's Curse of Marble and the Sonic Wave up and running, so Stark are ready to fight.
Interesting note, the Razor isn't building for mech. It's instead building for S&Y.
Really? That must really be wanting to fight. I was actually wondering if like mech into Ags was the build here, so then they can push up. Because that is the downside about this Monkey's lineup. They're going to the Ags on the Razor.
In a way, you could say that mech isn't as valuable in a lineup like this, particularly with Broodmother, because most of the time Broodmother isn't with
Fly's
you.
dead. Curse. Well, just okay, and they Sonic Wave as well. That's some hatred on a Dazzle. My push thing has been resolved. Crit's building a... He's building a Necro book. The Bane is building a Necro. Blink, Crush, Spirit Breaker, Bash. Bash. Okay, that was a very short-range charge. No bash, but there's more than enough ability to charge after. He's actually got... because he can't bash. He's got no bash! The Queen of Pain gets taken out by the Broodmother. He still hasn't leveled up bash. Like, he's a... even one... Like, a 10% chance that you actually hit. It's a 1 second stun that you could get.
No, to be fair, Toby, I actually do agree that...
You like it? You like it?
That the build on Sardar, I do believe, is 440. Unless you're doing a lot of early, like, right-click. I really do believe 440. It's just a little bit curious that he maxed out Sprint first, but I think it's a very minor difference.
Broodmother. Shallow Grave. Oh, God. Barely in time. Insatiable Hunger's on cooldown for 2 more seconds. He's got the Orchid back again. And now he just turns and feasts on the corpse of Stark. The House of Stark is in a lot of trouble. And there's your burst heal. Oh, that's just looking too easy. And the top tower does go down as well.
I mean, if there's any question, like, you see the score 12-4, but if there's any question, like, how badly this game is going for Stark, just look at OKSia. And just his level. He's level 4.5.
Life is
that's the same number of last hits and deaths he has. You know?
That's really bad, though.
That's not the life.
I apologize for sniggering, but it is amusing. Like, it could be one of the first times I've ever seen like someone actually having the same amount of last hits as he's got deaths to his name. Like, that's just cruel. Yes. Now Broodmother takes out the bottom tower. Nah! No, don't.
Is it really that loud in your ears?
Maybe. Not anymore.
You should...
I don't have hearing anymore. It's the same thing with, flat cannon. Like, when you got a huge stack and you use flat cannon, then you get, like, the sounds.
Splinter Blast. I mean, Winter Wyvern's great versus Broodmother. You offer Lockdown, you offer Cold Embrace, and...
TP.
Boogie's fine.
Yeah. Miracle was trying to wait. He realized he could just TP out. He needed someone like Slaughter or the Bane to come up, so he had himself a stun.
And Splinter Blast is guaranteed farm versus a Broodmother. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so good, because there's nothing he can do about it. He, like, you just throw it from really long range. By the time he sees it coming, like, yeah, he tries to split. The Spiderlings maybe even disappear under their invis, but it doesn't matter. The Winter Wyvern Splinter Blast still bounces to them.
I hate to tell you, man, but the progression of Crit's Necrobook in comparison to the progression of Trixie's Necrobook is at the same point.
Yeah.
Your off-laner's item build is on the same par as the 4th position of Monkeys. Looks like,
that'll
hello,
change.
sorry, curse bottom lane, no tail's gonna drop. That's some good money. That's coming into Trixie as well. And he can follow up to the Roar on top of Miracle. Sonic Wave still available. But with that quick heal, Miracle. There's a Shallow Grave available as well, but he's still been forced down very low. Got the one charge, but then you got the Fiend's Grip from Crit inside the tree line. Trixie can't see him, and Trixie can't stop him. So the Queen of Pain will drop. This Wind Blast will fly over, but Miracle still surviving. He needs space to get these bottle charges off finally. But the Necrobook summoned up by Crit, and they're chasing after the Beastmaster. He'll trigger off the Dust. He's a huge army of Spirely. Somehow Sven is solo. The Bane will reach him with the Necrobooks. They were just running up. They're in the neighborhood, so just threw an arrow over. And now Varlix orchid it up. He's going to pop from this as well. It was actually the Field of Miracle that was able to reach him.
Nom, 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 nom. I mean, he just came across and like found the Sven. Like, what's the Sven gonna do?
Die.
Yeah, it's just like you can't fight the Broodmother. You've got incapacitating bite. You also have the lifesteal factor.
You have a Manta style on a Broodmother. What is this gold per minute on the Broodmother? It's 640 gold. It's Mana style as well as Orchid for 18 minutes in on a Broodmother.
Yeah.
While your Bane's probably walking around with a level 2 Necrobook by now. Yeah, he's got a level 2 Necrobook.
That was pretty obvious for Stark. Like, they got the pick off. And then they see a Razor. And they even know that Dazzle is behind the Razor. And they still, like, trying to go forward for some reason, get caught by the Fiend's Grit. I don't know, it's just a very odd scenario. There was no winning scenario in that area against a good team.
Yeah.
Because, like, yes, you're fighting a kind of 4 versus 5, but you also are going into the tankiest hero on their team, 1500 HP on the Razor, and a Dazzle behind it. Like, that's never going to be a winning scenario for you. So Stark are just like, I think they're essentially just kind of distraught, kind of lost right now, knowing that, you know, they're behind enough that they're probably not going to win this game, and they're just doing stuff very crazy.
SP's coming in, Crit's gonna see him, and he just goes directly into the Nether Strike, bounces back Crit, and yeah, before death buys up a TP scroll. But there stays the Slaughter, who's finished almost full Vlads.
Oh, Boogie's happy. Oh no, he's not.
He's moderately satisfied.
He got like 3 spiders out of that.
Oh man, this Broodmother's still got 13,000 net worth and is about to try and solo kill up against this event. And nope, there goes your Orchid. Doesn't matter about Cleave. Actually kept the Spirelings out for a little bit longer, and now he actually sat and watched. Yep, there it is. Broodmother, charge in, and now they can finally get sweet revenge.
But it's an Aegis.
Yeah, okay, no revenge.
I mean,
they don't have some. They have mana for Sonic Wave. They have mana for. Oh, the clutch! No Tower will arrive in there. Buy the space, and now with the mana style, pick your. Well, okay, that's one way to pick a Broodmother. Throw out the ulti. The Sonic Wave will fly as well. Then the damage isn't enough. Blinks back off cooldown. Another Blink Crusher, catching out 4 of them now. Trixie. He was baited out of the base. They thought they had the Brood completely bagged. And now another crush. Trixie will die. And GG. Stark will get 2-0'd. And this will mean the Power Rangers take the 3rd position in the 2nd phase of the defense. The invited teams will be announced soon, so keep your eyes peeled on joined.com for that one, or the-defense.com. That's the place to go to.
It's kind of the outcome that we expected. Did you break your chair?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Cap.
Yeah.
It
kind of the outcome that we expected. I mean, Monkey Business were easily, I think, the best team in their group, and they're facing up against Stark, who I really been lacking. Ever since their roster change-up, was it way back in like Dream League where they still had Matumba Man on their team?
Yeah. Like
that was the best that 4AC ever got, and then they've slowly declined since then. I mean, this is, again, you have to remind everyone, this is like exactly post-TI. This is like the first quarter, essentially. There's still plenty of time for this team to get better, but all quarter long, they haven't really looked fantastic. So
yeah, but Monkey Business, they looked fantastic themselves. It's going to give them a lot of confidence coming into the qualifiers. And of course, with this, they topped the group. There was no one that was near them for Group B. So they will go through in the sweet position. You'll get to see what the groups will be for the second phase soon, but of course, keep your eyes peeled over on the defense.com as well as joiner.com for everything concerning the defense, as well as the other stuff. Cap and I, we're busy. We're flying off to Sweden. I can now say tomorrow because we're 4 minutes into today. So that'll be coming.
It's so much traveling, man.
It's great.
It's so much.
We actually go directly to Sweden. So we go to Sweden tomorrow, and then we go from there directly to New Orleans, and then we come back, and then we're only like a couple of weeks away from the majors.
And the meanwhile, we've still got like defense, D2CL going on.
Yep.
Next thing you know, it's going to be majors time.
Yeah, there's we got a lot of Dota. There's other big competitions which are starting soon, which we'll also be providing coverage for. So join Dota. There's always something that we are up to. So it's good times. We're trying to make the most out of our studio as well. Hope you enjoy.